Hi guys, hello everyone. This is Ty again, and I'm here to update you guys on the latest developments from the community, from the NXT community, and from the technical side. So, if you guys could type in the ones that are watching on the YouTube live stream, if you could just confirm that you can see me, and hear me, that would be awesome. Before I start the update. Okay. All right, so I have a list of stuff that I would like to go over with everyone today, and let me pull that list up right here. Okay, so I'll be doing this update by myself today. Some of the other guys were not able to join us because they're busy with their current day jobs and stuff. And I'm going to make this update quick since it's by myself. If someone comes in and joins in, then we'll add some more stuff. But here's the list that I have. If you guys want to follow me on the where I posted in the forums, you guys can see it. The community wants me to let everyone know that one of the first things that the problem that we're running into with the cryptocurrency world is that since the fall of Mt. Gox, there's not a good solution to allow people to trade um, the cryptocurrencies among each other. So the problem is that the market needs a decentralized, trustless system to allow people to trade in cryptocurrencies, and the NXT solution to this is to develop the NXT Multi Gateway, and it will be soon released. There's not an exact date yet, but I just want to let everyone know that it's coming up. And what it does is it provides a trustless exchange of cryptocurrencies. So you can exchange Bitcoin for NXT. You can exchange NXT for Dogecoin. You can exchange Dogecoin for Litecoin or any cryptocurrency. All right. So the second problem that the market is running into that it needs from the NXT technology is that it needs a store to sell digital goods, and the aliases that people have been using inside the NXT community. And there will be according to the developers, Wesley, he said that there will be a 1.2.0 experimental release that's coming up by the end of next week, and it will allow people to start selling goods, digital goods, through the digital goods store, and there will be an alias trading function available so that people can trade aliases across the network. For some of you guys that are not familiar with the NXT alias system, what that is it allows you to replace your. It's basically very, very similar, but not the same thing as the Bitcoin vanity addresses. So, for example, I can give you guys my NXT account number, or I can give you, Ty Zen, and then you guys can just send the NXTs there instead of sending it to a long string of numbers. Now, at the moment, I don't have the alias Ty Zen. Apparently, somebody understood what it was and registered it before I did. So do not send anything to Ty Zen right now because I do not have it. Okay, that does not belong to me. Someone else snagged it before I did. Okay, so that will be the test net will be released for the NXT version 1.2.0 by the end of next week. So I invite all you guys who are interested in NXT or already current users of NXT to go over there and play with it and test it, and then let the developer Wesley know what some of the bugs or what needs to be done to make it better, so that we can build a better version next time. All right. The third thing that I want to update everyone on is that the market is calling for and has a need for a simple online wallet, so similar to blockchain.info, so that customers, people, clients, businesses can store their NXT coins. So because of that, there have been several solutions that have been provided to allow this to happen, right? So the first one that is currently working right now is mynxt.info, and you can go there and set up your online NXT wallets there or accounts there. And there is a beta version that has just been released at nxtblocks.info. So you can go there also and test out their beta version. And I would invite you guys to go ahead and do that so that it can help the developers create better online wallets. All right. And what's unique about these wallets is that, from my understanding, and keep in mind that I'm not a technical person, so what I say can be completely wrong. Okay, technically anyway. Right. But what my understanding is that both these online wallet services, mynext.info and nextblocks.info, the private key is being held by the customer, and it's encrypted on the customer side. Okay, so that you don't have to worry about someone else having access to the accounts. All right. So this is very similar. It's along the lines as blockchain.info to store the bitcoins. All right. The next thing that I want to update the community on is that. Oh, and by the way, there's also a possible online wallet coming out also from NextHouse, and I will give you guys more information on that once I can get it confirmed. Okay, right now it was just mentioned to me, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to say that it's out there yet until I actually see it. All right. So the fourth problem that the market is running into is that the merchants and the payment processors, believe it or not, a lot of people think that the cryptocurrencies are here to eliminate the financial system that we have, and I think that instead of trying to knock out the big boys that's already in the current financial industry, the banking or the payment or the merchant processors, the NXT community has taken an approach that they are going to integrate this in, and then, because if you tell somebody that their system is bad or their system is crappy, one of the first things that's going to happen is that there's going to be resentment and the wall is going to come up. So NXT wants to be able for people and businesses to use the NXT technology and the platform. So because of that, there's a tendency to shy away from talking bad about Bitcoin, talking bad about the banking industry or any of that. So that, because when you point fingers and you talk bad about other people, it's really they shut their eyes and their ears, and then they don't see your new technology. So one of the things that NXT has done is that there is a big problem in the market because the merchants and the payment processors want to know about cryptocurrencies, and they want to know about how to integrate that into their system. Now, if you look at like the big banks and stuff like J.P. Morgan Chase or Bank of America or HSBC, the banks that can get away with laundering, hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars and get away with it and no one has to go to prison, those banks, those big boys, they're probably not going to be interested in the new financial technologies such as NXT. However, you have lots of smaller banks that they don't get all those privileges like the big banks do. They don't get those government handouts, right? They don't get bailed out. So they want an edge. And when they hear about NXT, that gives them that edge that they're looking for. So that was one of the reasons why NXT partnered up with the 2014 Pay Expo, which is one of the biggest merchant processing and payment systems or events and conferences in the world. And the NXT community brought their technology there and partnered up with them and became the official cryptocurrency partner, right? So because of that, there is a lot of interest in the NXT, and right now there are negotiations going on by the community and by the NXT community and by the community members with the organizers of the Pay Expo for 2015. So the first thing is the NXT community is right now debating whether or not they should continue this partnership as the cryptocurrency partner for the Pay Expo in 2015, and then obviously to raise funds and donations for it and to pay for the partnership as well. Okay, so that is in the works right now, and there's a lot of debate right now in the NXT community if this partnership should continue or not. If not, then the Bitcoin Foundation will probably take over and become the official partner if NXT chooses to step down as the official cryptocurrency partner of the 2015 Pay Expo. So once I get more information about that, I will post it, keep you guys updated, and if you guys want to vote on that or make donations to support that effort, then go to the NXT forum, and it should be under the news and announcements and general discussion. There should be a heading there for that, right? So let me see what else. I'm getting a lot of feedback through the chats that I have set up with some of the developers and stuff. And let me just make sure that no one is asking me to include some last-minute details here. Okay, if you guys are watching this on the YouTube live stream, please, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll try to answer them. If not, I'm going to try to make this as quick of an update as possible, and we will go from there. Right? While I'm waiting for the questions to come in, I just want to share with everyone that if you'll notice that in this update, I presented a lot of the problems that the market is facing. And when I say the market, I'm talking about the financial industry, and I'm talking about the cryptocurrency community, and I'm talking about the users and the investors, the traders, anybody that's involved with cryptocurrencies. If they're involved with Bitcoin, they're involved with NXT or any cryptocurrency, right? The approach that the NXT community is taking is that when they spot a problem that has a major need in the markets, then especially when it deals with finances, then the NXT community will step up and try to produce a solution to resolve that issue. Okay. Let me see. QBTC asked about how about the installment. I'm not sure what she means by that. Do you want to talk about that? You already in, Elizabeth? So I don't know. Do you want to talk about the installments, Elizabeth? If not, then okay. So I'm going to wrap it up here. That's all I have at this moment, guys. And when I find out some more, I'll update the community with more stuff from the NXT community. And before I wrap it up here, I'm going to have one last piece of, I don't know, advice or recommendation.
Hi, Ty, am I there now?
Okay. You want to talk about the installments, Elizabeth? You want to mute the YouTube live stream on your end?
Sure. One of the concerns that the community
had... Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up here. That's all I have at this moment, guys, and when I find out some more, I'll update is your YouTube live stream on? Because I'm getting feedback from it. Okay, let's getting feedback, so. All right, while I am waiting for Elizabeth to come back on and share her announcement, one of the things that I want to mention is that if you look on CoinMarketCap.com, you will notice that NXT has been listed as number 3. And it's basically floating around the 3rd, 4th, or 5th place spot since it came out this year, and there was like maybe a week or two where it dipped below that. But pretty much you always see NXT in the top 3, pretty much in the top 5 of the cryptocurrencies all the time. And what happens is when you're at the top of the totem pole like that, or at the top of the pecking order, you are going to invite a lot of attacks, a lot of criticism, and just FUD, you know, the fear, the uncertainty, and the doubt from other cryptocurrency users and just from the public in general, right? And because NXT is not a knockoff and is not a copycat and is not a clone of Bitcoin, and it's just been out since the beginning of this year, that invites more criticism. And so you're going to hear a lot of FUD coming up in the next weeks and months. There will always be people that will attack you when you are at the top of the totem pole. Okay, so be aware of that, be expecting it, and the best way to deal with that is to borrow the approaches that were taught and the strategies that were taught in the famous book, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. One of the best ways that some of the top leaders, some of the top kings, and some of the top politicians and people in history that have dealt with people criticizing them and taking jabs and punches at them while they're at the top is to just simply ignore them. Okay, that's one of the best tools that you can use to ignore. When somebody throws FUD or crap at NXT and there's no mathematical or scientific evidence to back up what they say, right? Then I invite you to just ignore it and not even respond to it at all. Because what happens is when you respond to the FUD and to the nonsense in the forums, what it does is it feeds into it and it gives the FUDsters and the trolls more ammunition and more energy and more nutrition to continue the FUD and the trolling, right? So I invite you to just ignore it. Now, if someone brings up a mathematical, a scientific, or an algorithmic, they pose a and they state it scientifically, mathematically, or algorithmically in the forums, then if you do know how to respond to it, I would invite you to respond to it appropriately. Okay. So thanks for joining us on this update. I'm going to make one last attempt. Are you able to come on again, Elizabeth? If not, then I'm going to go ahead and end this update. Okay. Lofi says that he or she can hear me but cannot see. I'm not sure, but that's all I have for this week's update, and I look forward to sharing some more updates with you guys in the next update that's coming up. And this will conclude the NXT Community and Development Update for today.